Legacy of the Blood was released in 2004, written by Steve Miller, Anthony Pryor, Penny Williams, and Skip Williams, with interior art by Talon Dunning, Brian LeBlanc, Jeremy McLough, and Claudio Pozaz. Cover design by Ron Thompson. The guide is 152 pages and covers 9 prominent families of the Realm of Dread. This concept was first introduced in the Ravenlore core set way back in 1990, and finally expanded upon here with the intent to be able to create player characters or NPCs from these famous bloodlines. The first family covered is the Boristi family. Now, Ivan Boristi is the Dark Lord of Borka, and this chapter covers the family history, family feats, and magical items. In fact, every chapter herein will cover family feats, family classes, family spells, and magical items. And the family classes being what classes the player characters can be from that family. Now, the Boristi family tends to specialize in poisons, so they will know a lot about that. And the second family covered is the D'Honaire family, who were introduced way back in the RAVENLOFT 2, The House on Griffin Hill. Claude was the mesmerist in that module. The family has 2 branches, the Mordant branch and the Dementulu branch, where Dominic D'Honaire is the Dark Lord. They tend to specialize in matters of the mind, and of course they have all their new feats and stuff as well. The Dilisnya family is next. Ivan Dilisnya, the former Dark Lord of Dorvinia and current co-Dark Lord of Borka, has his family tree covered here. The Dilisyas have always been assassins and betrayers, and their new classes and all that reflect that. If you really want to see where that origin of the Dilisya family came from, the book I Strahd, the Ravenloft novel, covers Leo, who is patriarch of the family at that time and the head assassin. You'll see why they're considered not too good people. The next chapter is the Drakov family. And of course, Vlad Drakov is the Dark Lord of Falknovia and the patriarch of the family. He has many bastard sons, some of which have been covered already in the Ravenloft product line. And they tend to be warriors of that ilk. And we have the family tree of Lord Godfrey, the Ghost Dark Lord of Morden, and they tend to specialize in communing with the dead and seeing spirits. The Hierogard family is next. Tristan Hierogard, his alter ego Malkin, is the Dark Lord of Nova Vasa, and their family has a Strait of Madness in it, which I guess is only fitting. And the player characters in that family will suffer for it, but they are also champions of the people as well. The Mordenheim family, following Victor Mordenheim, the creator of Adam, are all scientists. The only magic they can know is the alchemy type, scientific type. Then we have the Reiner family of Jacqueline Reiner, the Were-Rat Dark Lord of Richmond, and they tend to be rumor mongers and have a little bit of a rat-like features and characteristics. And the last family is the von Zarevich bloodline, and they tend to be leaders or great warriors. Interesting of note is that Strahd is not, he's sort of neutral towards members of his bloodline. He'll treat them cordially, but he won't hesitate to kill them in an instant if they displease him or get in his way. The appendix has the following NPCs. We have Bevel Boristi, who is the head of the Boristi Trading Company, and that's a play on the East Indian Trading Company. He's not a bad guy, but he is a ruthless businessman, and he recently met Jennifer Weatherby and has kind of become smitten with her. James Mausel is the head doctor of the Mausel Sanitarium and has started to gain the attention of the Nightmare Court. Celeste D'Honaire is evil, and she seeks a way to gain the powers of her uncle Dominic, but she really doesn't know the extent of his powers. Andrei Palescu has the cover of a successful businessman, but is in reality a bloodthirsty assassin working in Dementulu. Now this is frowned upon by his aunt Ivana Boristi and his uncle Ivan Desilia, and he's kind of been exiled from Borka, so to speak. Rojan Desilia, a former paladin, he's turned evil, and he and his loyal men will do anything for a price. And he's currently thinking about turning on his uncle Ivan and taking his place as patriarch of the family. Sir Victor Helsinger is a bastard son of Vlad Drakov and is becoming more and more like his father every day. Michael Genderless is a descendant of both the Weatherme and the Godfrey families. He was actually born in the house on Griffin Hill, and he's always of ill health because of it, yet he can see spirits and has become a medium. Artissa Jovenworth is actually Eva Mordenheim. I don't know how that's going to go over with purists, but here we go. The adopted girl Mordenheim adopted nearly 25 years ago and was thought to be dead this entire time. It turns out she actually survived the fall from the balcony and was taken in by a family who found her. Now, she has no memory of her former life, but she is somehow following in the scientific footsteps of her adopted father. And not in the good ways either. Narya Hierogard is the granddaughter of Tristan Hierogard, and a fighter and adventurer who is seeking to explore the Nocturnal Sea. Javier Reiner is a sellsword, and he's not cursed with lycanthropy, and he's kind of been caught in the middle of the affairs of his two cousins Jacqueline and Louise Reiner. Speaking of Louise Reiner, she is the twin sister of Jacqueline Reiner, and Jacqueline is the were-rat Dark Lord of Richmond. And Louise is also a were-rat. Now she hates her twin sister and is always scheming against her while maintaining a facade of being a loving sister. She just resents the power her sister has. Talina von Zarovich is a powerful wizard who has been taken under Strahad's wing, so to speak, and she's a weapon he uses at his disposal. Andres Ressinger is a descendant of the von Zaroviches and a paladin, and he works for the Forces of Good and has worked with the Weatherme twins on several monster hunts, and he lives in Morden. I wasn't expecting much from this guide, but it was an unexpected surprise to be sure. The history on the family bloodlines within are very interesting, and even for a veteran RAVENLOFT fan who thought they knew everything, there's plenty of new information here, and it's pretty good and syncs in with the rest of the continuity. And all the new classes and all the new feats, they all fit their various families. Most of the NPCs are good as well, and do add another layer of the living world to the realm of RAVENLOFT. I do recommend this guide. The NPCs are interesting, and a DM could add them to any good campaign involving the families contained within. And players might like the fact that they can become player characters of a certain nobility of a prominent family. And it is a very entertaining read as well. A lineage of darkness. Just as every Dark Lord bears a curse, their blood also carries the seeds of greatness or infamy. Some who share a common legacy with the ruling families of RAVENLOFT rise to virtue, while others succumb to the lure of corruption. What is it like to share the blood of the Boristi, to bear the secrets of the von Zaroviches, or to carry a vestige of the Drakov curse? This book explores the histories of RAVENLOFT's most powerful families, providing information on how to create player characters and NPCs who bear the names of Mordenheim, Dilisnya, or Reiner. New prestige classes, family feats, and heirloom magic provide a wealth of choices for players and DMs who wish to walk in the shoes of the powerful and the damned.